guys, it's Anna.
And it's Hannah.
And we're here with Welcome Home Beef. Today we're going to tell you about some of our roasts in the store. One of the first questions I had when I started going to Welcome Home Beef was, what are the different type of roasts? Hannah, can you explain some of our different type of roasts?
Yeah, so the first two that we are going to tell you about are actually the ones that we're going to be showing you how to cook today. So the first one, which is probably the most popular roast that you hear the most about, is your chuck roast. And the thing with chuck roast is that it is very, very pretty when you look at it. It has a really good marble to it, and that is because of the fat that is in there compared to meat. It's very flavorful and very juicy. The second roast that I'm going to tell you about, which is also we're going to cook today, is the sirloin tip roast. It's a really, really lean cut roast. It comes from the sirloin, and it yields a whole lot more meat than your typical chuck roast because of how lean it is. And when you cook it for a long time in the slow cooker, it still has that same tender taste. So it's really good. And there's two more roasts that I'm going to let Anna finish up talking about.
So our other two roasts at the store are our rump roast, which is also lean like your top sirloin roast. You tend to cook it a little bit longer so it gets a little bit more tender like your chuck roast, and it does yield a lot more meat like your sirloin tip roast. We also do have a chuck tender roast. It is tender like our normal chuck roast. It just has a little bit less fat content in it, so it yields a little bit more when you cook it.
Yeah. So they're all four great roasts. They all have different tastes too. So I would definitely recommend switching it up. There's not one that's better than the other. They all have their own unique taste and flavor, which is why they're all the same price. You can get them in our store for $6.99 a pound, and they all typically run from 2 to 4 pounds, just depending. And they're all really great. So if you're looking for something during this cold season where you don't have to go out and grill some meat, I definitely recommend trying out our roasts. We are going to cook the chuck roast in our Instant Pot, and we're going to do it on pressure cook. And the ratio is about 1 hour to 8 hours. So 1 hour in a pressure cooker would be equivalent to slow cooking something for 8 hours. We're just going to try doing this one in the Instant Pot and doing our more leaner cut in our slow cooker for 8 hours and see what the difference looks like.
Yes.
So,
and today in our crock pot, we are doing our top sirloin. Okay, so today in our pot roast, we're gonna be tossing in, a few chopped up potatoes with it, 1.5 onions in each one that we're gonna saute, some garlic, and we're gonna chop up some of this andouille sausage that we sell in the store and toss it in there as well. And we're gonna put in a few stalks of celery. And then to season our roast, we're gonna put on some black pepper. Some of our pot roast seasoning from the store, it has salt, pepper, garlic, celery seed, all that good stuff in there. And then some of our homemade broth is what we're gonna cook it in. It's made with our bone marrow, and it's really good. It's really flavorful. We make it in store, and you can go by the store and get some to make your roast in as well. We're going to use some olive oil to saute our vegetables to get some of that extra flavor out of them, and then some thyme as well. So we're just sauteing the onions and garlic in the Instant Pot together right now. I'm going to transfer some of these sauteed goodies over to So we have everything in our pots. This one is going to take an hour, that one's going to take 8, and then we'll come back when this is cooked and we'll show you our final results. Okay, so now that our roasts are done, let's plate them up and see how they look.
to taste test each one. The first is chuck, so get a good variety of bites here. This is the sirloin tip roast.
Okay, so Hannah, which roast was your favorite?
Well, I might be basic here, but I will have to say the chuck roast is a little bit better. The sirloin tip still had a really good taste. I like a lot of fat in my meat, so I think that's what sold me on the chuck roast. But if you like a good lean and flavorful cut, I still would recommend the sirloin tip. It's got a great taste to it, so just a little bit more on the chuck side for me.
Thanks for joining us today and making these 2 roasts. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and if you have any good tips or tricks, comment them down below for all the other viewers. Thanks, guys.
Bye.